Welcome back.
All right, with that, we'll get started. Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and your entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, and oh boy, do I see that happening, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
your
American dream.
That's right.
And just remember, if you have any
You
complaints
better stop.
about Wyatt,
Just stop.
especially if he talks to any of your family members,
Just
you
stop.
reach out to and distribute that information on the
Hey.
Home Team 512.
Well, moving on. So, hey, real quick, I've been wanting this gentleman on the radio for quite some time. Really good guy, good family. I've known him for quite some time. I will personally give him a thumbs up. He's good people. Johnny Hidrogo, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. So he's a real estate agent here in Austin, born and raised.
Yes.
Went to Forest North High School. Back when Andersonville actually stopped right there in Forest North. Remember that?
T-Lane Highway 183.
That's right. No Palmer Lane. There was no such thing as Palmer. Or not Palmer.
I was about to say no. Now Palmer was a dirt road. At
It was
that.
a dirt
It was a
road.
2-lane tarmac.
It was. But it ended into 620 for
Yeah.
sure. I remember when they extended it past.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, long story short, you've been in this real estate game for a little bit, and you're out there being successful. You're even successful when other people weren't. But the market's changed a little bit. How's the market right now?
Absolutely. The market's definitely changed. We're not seeing those hot sales that we saw a year or 2 years ago. It's turning more into a market, buyer's market is what I'm seeing.
Okay.
There's a lot of seller concessions going on right now. If you're looking to buy right now is a really, really good time to buy because honestly, interest rates are high and it scares a lot of people, but for the people that are staying in the game, it's a really good time to buy because of the seller concessions. Seller concessions being rate buy down cost. They're going to help buy down your interest rates. They're also, they're going to add in that washer, that dryer, that refrigerator, whatever it takes to get their home sold.
Yeah, go ahead and keep
They're
it.
giving it up.
They're not arguing about it anymore,
Hey,
right?
take
Yeah.
it. If you're willing to buy my house, leave it,
That's
take
right.
it,
Yeah.
Because back in the day, they would. I remember that. Like, no, I want that fan. No, I'm taking that fan. No. Now they're like, you know what? You can have it.
Yeah, here's the cat too. Take it. If you'll buy it, take the cat.
Take the
It's
cat.
yours.
Well, yeah, and here's something that we haven't seen in a while, but the year over year closed sales was up. Not quite 1%, but it was up. So we sold more homes in July of 23 than we sold in July of 22.
Well, that makes sense because back then that's when it was starting to get a little crazy and people were doing 50% over asking price, 50%, 50,000. So it kind of
50%.
Yeah, well, or 50%, it didn't matter. So do you see that happening if interest rates come down? That we'll go to some crazy market again?
I don't foresee it in the near future. It could possibly come back, but right now there's so much inventory out there in the Austin and surrounding areas. Like I said, buyers definitely need to get out there and buy what they can. They're scared because the interest rates are high. I think what's going to happen is there's also thousands of consumers out there holding off to buy. I'm going to wait for interest rates to drop. So many people are saying that right now, and in my opinion, it's a bad idea. They're going to wait for these interest rates to drop as long with the other thousands.
Yeah.
And then when it does drop, all those thousands of people are going to start buying again.
They're going to get back in the market.
And then they're going to get back in the market, and then the price is going to go back up.
Yeah.
So they may potentially reach what we had a few years ago. I don't think it's going to be nearly as high, but it may possibly go back up. It's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable. Well, everything's been unpredictable last year and a half.
Absolutely.
So, but
Last 3 years.
But the last 3 years, right? But as far as now, if you're going to sell your home, what do you need to kind of think about?
Oh, I think really if we're selling right now is all about what our list price is going to go be. If some people are trying to jump on that wagon from 2 years ago to get the most out of it, and I get it, we need to get it the most we can out of our homes.
So there are 3 schools of thought that I see right now in the market. There is let the seller dictate the price, and the seller says, I want 700,000. You're like, it's 600,000 on a house, but I want 700,000, and so they list it. Then there is the let's list it for kind of what it's 600,000. Let's say you feel it's worth 600, but then there's that thought that hey, let's list it at 550 and get a whole bunch of people. And I mean, I'm getting a lot of, especially in that 350 to 500K range. When you list it 20, 30 grand below value, it becomes a bloodbath. I mean, 40 people come out of the woodworks to buy that home. And so there are a lot of different options and a lot of different things. I see all the data that it's taking 59 days on average. It's up 30 days, but we've sold 2,800 plus homes in the area, which is more than we sold last year. So a lot of homes are moving, and I think people need to understand that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great listing strategy if we want to list low. On the low end, that we get a multiple offer situation. I think it's all about education. For me, you mentioned that John's doing great, but I don't feel I'm doing great. I just do me. I just do me. I get out there and pay attention to myself and stay in my own lane. And to me, it's about getting the right knowledge to your consumers, to your buyers or sellers. If you put information in their hands, let them make that informed decision. But if I'm putting data and the comps in your hands and telling you what the neighborhood's selling for, that should give you a pretty good idea of where we're at. And then from there, we need to decide, does your house bring more value or less value, depending on its condition and any extras. But your consumers, you need to make them aware, listen, this is a hot house. You need to be ready to jump on it, get your pre-quals early, and that way you can make the offer when you find the one you like.
So on the buyer side, I see you all over social media and this sold, this is listed, blah, blah, yeah, and congratulations for
Thank you.
being successful in this market. It's because you're hustle, right? It's also, like you said, knowledge, but it's also who you are as a person. You're a kind person. But so as a buyer right now, if you want a house under $500,000, where do you need to be looking?
Ooh, very good question. I mean, depending on, if we're looking for resale or if we're looking for a new development, 500,000, you can find them Cedar Park, Leander areas, Pflugerville areas are some hot areas I'm seeing. As we get a little bit further south, prices are a little bit cheaper down in Kyle, Buda, Georgetown, Hutto. The further you get away from Austin, the cheaper it's going to get.
Okay, so.
And on that, right now, certain counties are offering an additional money towards purchasing. A county. Hayes County is offering one. Williamson County is offering one. So if you're interested in receiving an extra, $7,000 to $12,000 towards the purchase of your home, when you do apply for your loan, make sure you reach out to us and ask us about that.
Okay. So speaking of, I'm going to ask some more questions, but how do people get a hold of you?
Call me. Call me is the best way. 512-680-2010.
One more time.
512-680-2010.
2010.
So 2010.
2010.
680-2010.
680-2010.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's easy. So Johnny Hidrogo. So again, you've been here. If you want somebody who knows this area, right? And we grew up 620 Round Rock School District, so we know that Cedar Park, that Leander, that Georgetown, all those little areas right there. You know those little niches. You know them from the back of your hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we've known each other since childhood.
So if you want an awesome, we have.
There's some stories there.
Hey,
we're not going to bring them up.
Hey, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Because I don't want to share stories about you either.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
The last thing we want to do is share stories.
That's right.
Very true.
Like I can tell you the story about how Wyatt and I met.
No. Let's fast forward.
Let's fast forward past that. All right. Let's go ahead and no. I used to date his beautiful sister. Long story short, if they want to get a hold of you, again, how do they get a hold of you?
Call me, 512-680-2010.
So you think this is a good market to buy a house?
Absolutely. 100%. You need to get out there. You need to shop around. Don't let these interest rates scare you. Refinance a year from now.
Well, it is scaring a lot of people, and so it's our thought that we've talked about on the show, and some other people have been on as well, is that this is a fantastic time to buy. And don't be scared of these rates, because you are going to get a house that's a little bit cheaper. It might be an average price. It might not be cheap. It's actually what it's going for, right? It's just not exorbitant and overpriced. And then wait for the interest rates to come down.
Yeah, absolutely. My biggest advice to any consumers out there is to find yourself a knowledgeable realtor that really cares about you and listens to what you want. Yeah. There's a lot of realtors out there that do different things, and sometimes it's all about money. I go the different approach, and it's just being about the person. Let's find you what meets your needs, you and your family's needs, and let's go that route.
You probably get a lot of referrals in.
I think it's all about personality. Mm-hmm. If you just really contact with the individuals and listen and learn, then yeah, and you got to be open. You need to make contacts. And
So you're saying with my personality, I could be a realtor?
I think you'd be great. I think you'd kill it.
I'm playing. Again, thank you for coming on. This next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about money and what people need to do to get into homes. Have you had some people that have been creative to get in homes right now?
Oh, absolutely. If we're not watching our finances leading up to it, we need to start thinking in advance of how to prepare when we're ready to buy.
So if somebody's wanting to buy, let's say in the next month, is that possible?
Oh, absolutely, but we have to definitely probably look at finances and see where they're saying. I mean, do you have money?
But if you're looking in the next 6 months, it's good to start now.
Oh, absolutely. We need to prepare. Definitely prepare. Stop putting stuff. Stop charging items. Don't go buy cars. Don't go buy anything on credit for now.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that?
No, man. It's kind of it's a good idea, but not right now when you're looking to buy.
I just saw a thing on Facebook. It was if you're a realtor and you hear your friend bought a house from someone else, say, you know what? You deserve a car. Go buy a car. And everybody's like, "What does that mean?" It's like, because that's like the worst thing you can do. And you can speak from a lender's side. Don't go buy a car if you just signed the dotted line to buy a house, right?
Yes. Just wait. The car deal will come back. I promise. And that's one of the things too. Johnny was mentioning about now being the time, and a lot of people are very confused because they're hearing almost the exact opposite on television, right? A lot of people are. But those people are being paid to generate views, or not being paid to give solid advice to your clients. And we've done the numbers, and so we'll just kind of throw them back out there again. But a $450,000 house, which is kind of the median sales price in the general area, you take that, you use that at 7% interest, which is kind of where they are in general right now. That's a $2,500 payment, or you extrapolate out appreciation 4% for 2 years. That house in a couple years sells for $490. A payment at 5% is $2,300. So you saved, it's like $180 is what the actual number is. You saved $180, but you spent $40,000 to save that $180 per month. Buy it now, refinance in 2 years. You'll spend $8,000. You'll save $32,000. So that's why it's a better time to buy now than to hold off. Hey, you've been listening to the Home Team with Troy and White. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
Your
American Dream. See you in just a minute.